Hello guys, this is Radio69501 and welcome to my channel. Well, the comic that I'm gonna display is another detective comic, but this one is issue 664 and it's part 12 of Nightfall. Remember that? Well, this is the cover where we see Bane beating up Batman with his, check out, sorry about the glare, too much glare today. Awesome, huh? I'm gonna put it here. Okay. There. Okay. Well, gonna give you my thoughts for issue number 4 of Doomsday Clock. Now check out this cover. Awesome cover. What can I say? Amazing. Love it. Well, this is the story of the origin of the new, Rostach. Rostach. Well, his upbringing, well, actually his life, since he was a kid, is being hell. So I guess I can understand why he can be Rostach real easy, because his upbringing was a mess. He saw the first, he's in Arkham Asylum. We see him that he's in the line of the chow line to get his breakfast. He's daydreaming to have our first pancakes, but he doesn't get pancakes. He gets sludge, whatever that food is. Then from there we see him when he's a child. He's watching the news about the detonation of atomic bomb, how his parents are afraid, where the country is going or the world is going into a final conflict. And then from there we see when he's in college. And then from there we see, because on issue number 3, he got into a car accident. Not only him, a bunch of people. And we get to see that a shrink is interviewing him. So while he's talking to the new Rostach, well, he sees things. So and then he takes us back when he got his car accident. And then he started fighting with everybody, until finally he managed to escape. I mean, this story is really fast though, but it's really interesting. I was wondering about where this new Rostach came from. So it's a pretty good origin. And then from there, when he's on the rooftop, he see somebody that he's gonna jump. Looks like he's gonna jump. And this guy happens to be the original Mothman from the what was the name of the group? Infinity Man, I think it is. No, the Minuteman, I think. So we see the original one on the one of them. The original Mothman, right there. He says, "Yeah, I'm gonna jump, but not like exactly jump to my death. I'm gonna fly." He says, "How can you fly?" "Well, I can fly because I used to be the Mothman." And he flies away. As you can see, Rostach looking in disbelief. Check that out. Walk on water. Sort of. Check that out. Now I have to say that I love the art. The art is just amazing. And the colorist. The colorist has the ability to color the pages that will go with the story or go with depend on the situation for each panel or for each page. I like that. So then later on we see that the guards capture Mothman. They just put him back to Arkham Asylum. So he's still with the shrink. He's still pissed off about it. So the shrink giving those cards with different, kind of like those white cards that have drawings in it. Kind of reminds me of the different faces of Rostach. Same thing. So he remembers what Mothman told him. I see what I want to see. So he remembers that. So he said, "Yeah, I see Mothman, or I see a moth, or Rostach, or whatever." And then from there, we see him that he's talking to Mothman again because he got captured. They are talking. We see that he's sending back to his cell. And then not only that because when he was outside, he brought some things for Rostas. And in that bag, he got kind of like a letter, his father's cup, and they were doing a puzzle of Ozymandias, but one piece is missing. That's the thing about this story, that it's not, how I can say it. It's not that it's not clear. It just is not. It's like the story is really divided between the story and the art. It's like if you don't. It's like you really have to pay attention what you lose, what you seeing, and reading at the same time, because it's not like some of the storytellers that you can read it and it's really easy reading. But this one, if you don't understand what you're reading, you have to look at the pictures to get the other half of the story, because it's kind of like they only tells you half of it, half of the story. So the other half is on the art. But so to get the real tone of the story. So we see that one of the inmates is trying to saying that you got a contraband, and by start fighting with him and broke his dad coffee cup and punch him back. So he sent back to his cell. He see the Kovacs book. Finally, the puzzle is done. And then we see that they are talking. He's talking with the original Mothman again. So here on this book, we get to see different members of the Minutemen, like Dorabille, Silhouette. I don't know if all those belong to the Minutemen. We got Night Owl, Captain Metropolis, Hoodie Justice, Mothman, and not only that Byron, which happens to be Mothman, make Rostars part of. He make him a member of the One Man Middleman. So he's kind of like a member of the Middleman on his mind. So then from there, Rostars managed to create a fire, and by throwing a match on the laundry, the whole place gets on fire. Check this out. And then he sees Mudman, and Mudman tells him, "I see it." And he says, "You seen what?" "Well, he's just right there. I seen it." So he just walked by. So Mothman took out his jacket. He already had his Mothman suit with homemade wings, as you can see over here. And then he says, "I see it." And he walks through the fire. That's it. He walks through the fire. And then from there, after a while, we see Rostas, that he sees a bag that Reggie had. So he started looking at that with a letter saying, "Dear Reggie, blah, 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 you are a good friend," this and that. So he sees, including the mask of Rostas. So this is the moment when he holds the mask for the first time. Right there. So Mothman give Reggie the mask of Rostas. So he put him on. He sees kind of like a map and the address. So he goes kind of like to the North Pole, where he sees what's his name? What's his name? I think it's Ozymandias. Which he's dying because he has a tumor on his forehead. So, because he was there to kill him, because the mask kind of has the memory from the original Rostas. So, Simande says, "Yeah, well, kill me, but even though that I'm dying, we can make the world better together. We can make it better." And then from there, we see that it wasn't right for Batman put Rorschach into Arkham Asylum. So not only that, I on the last page I noticed that, let me see if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, wait a minute. Which I was surprised. I was like, wait a minute. That was a good twist on the story. So the beginning. Come on, where are you now? Oh yeah, here it is. Yep. Now remember the shrink? Well, we go to the Batcave. On the last panel, on this page, you see the mask of the shrink doctor on the table. So actually, all this time, Bruce Wayne was disguised as the shrink to interview Rorschach, or the future Rorschach. Incredible, huh? That's how we find out the backstory of him. And then from there we see that we go back to the Arkham Asylum, and then we see a mosquito that flies into the blue light, kind of like burns out, which resemble of kind of like the energy of Dr. Manhattan. And that was it. Another story that ends without ending. It was good. I like it. Like I said before in the beginning of the video, I'm happy that to find out the origin of the new Rorschach. It's kind of, well, he went through hell and back. And then he went back again. I think he liked it. Now, why he put on the mask? What made him do it? So once he put him on, it's kind of like a drug or something. I don't know. For some reason, he cannot take it off. I think he took all the memories of the original Rorschach is embedded on the mask. So that's why he went to the Arctic to kill Ozymandias. I think that's his name. I mean, you just so many characters. And I will give it 4 out of 5. It was good. What can I say? It was really interesting. I like it. Like I said before, I like the origin. Let's see what the next issue will bring us. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. Till later. Bye.